All right, I'm over here at Rocky Fork State Park in Tennessee. Gonna hike White House Cliffs Trail, come back and do a loop to Flint Mountain, and should be about 7.5 miles, around 1,500 feet of elevation gain, according to AllTrails. So let's go and check this thing out. I like this White House Cliffs Trail. It's pretty nicely laid out. Looks to be pretty well maintained so far. This is near Flag Pond, Tennessee. Small little town that I would pass on my section hikes of the AT several years ago when I started the channel. So I really like this area. It's very beautiful country area, very rural part of Tennessee. I think it got hit pretty hard by the hurricane, if I remember correctly, last year, which we just passed the 1-year anniversary. Fall colors should be popping. Still pretty green down here. Do see the early onset of fall, but should be a little more colorful higher up. This trail is only 9/10 of a mile to the top. I guess that's where I'm going. Unless it's wrapping around, I guess. It's steep though, so it's getting me breathing hard because I'm going fast. I like to go fast. So if you see me out here and I seem out of breath, for one thing, I've not been hiking as much since vacation, and I move fast, especially when I got a challenge in front of me. Going uphill causes me to want to move fast. That's just me though. I like to challenge myself. I'll share this with you. On the way back down, I noticed this on the back side of the board when they built the trail. That's pretty neat. Well, thank you for building the trail, ladies and gentlemen. Those of us who hike appreciate it. So now I'm getting on Rocky Fork Trail and coming back down Flint Mountain Trail. Should be a 7.5 mile loop, plus the 2 I just did to White House Cliffs. Be 9.5. I'm gonna have to jog some of this because I'm pressed for time. I'm trying to complete this in about, it's a little after 10:30, about 10:40 right now. I'll try and complete it by 2. So that'll be 3 hours, 20 minutes. I can do it at walking speed, but I might have to jog a little bit. I'm starting off on this trail because I think a lot of people are going to be doing this trail as opposed to the Flint Mountain Trail. As you're walking by the creek, there's not a lot of elevation gain. I think it's about 400 feet. I've got a correction to make. I stated previously that there would be relatively little elevation gain on this Rocky Fork Trail. I forgot how much I've lost coming down White House Cliffs. About 1,000 feet of elevation loss, so I'll make that back up once I get to the intersection at Flint Mountain. I'm gonna check this out. A little waterfall down here. This is a nice picnic area. It'll make for a nice campsite too. But since I'm in a state park area, until I get onto Flint Mountain, it's state park property, and they don't allow camping, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I did not see anything about camping when I looked into this. But once you get on Flint Mountain, you can connect to the AT, and there's plenty of camping. Dispersed and otherwise. When I say otherwise, I mean there's shelters on the AT. Flint Mountain Shelter is a good one. I didn't stay the night there, but I stayed at, what was it, Jerry's Cabin Shelter. And that was a good one. Back in 2020 with my buddy Hank. But anyway, oh, look at that nice little pond. I'm enjoying this hike. It's pretty easy so far, even though more elevation gain than I thought. It's a gradual incline. Very nice. I don't think it's going to be too hard at all for the average person. White House Cliffs. That is a pretty steep incline, but it's short. All right, now I'm intrigued. Battle site. What kind of a battle was fought here? Was it Civil War, Revolutionary War, or early colonial settlers against Native Americans? What kind of a battle? And what has been uncovered here in history? What kind of archaeological relics? That's one of my interests, is history. I've stated that before. So now I gotta look into this and find out what it was, because I don't see anything that tells you anything. There's another cool bridge to walk across. Reminds me of the Smoky Mountains. Rocky Fork Trail is now turned to Flint Creek Trail, and there are backcountry campsites. So that is a welcome sight, because I might want to come back here someday and camp. This creek is really beautiful. I don't think I'll have the time to check that out though. Might have to just check that out another time. All right, I decided to check out the campsite. There's a bear box here, and it says camping for registered guests only. So it would make sense you'd have to register, being that it's a state park. I don't know if there's a fee associated with it. I'm sure you can find out from going to the state park website. Somebody made a little path there. Nice outhouse. And say only camp on the designated tent pads. So I imagine there's tent pads down here. I'm gonna check it out. All right, that is pretty nice. And they got the tent pad right there, so that prevents erosion around the campsite, where You put your tent on the pad and it's minimal impact to the environment. Nice little fire pit, also minimal impact to the environment. So you don't have all kinds of fire pits scattered all over. People tend to do that. I like it. I could see myself spending the night here. Water's nearby from the stream that goes into the creek. And I think there's another site over there. Thought I heard somebody back there, so I'm not sure I'm gonna go back there or not. Never mind. There is another site here. And that's even nicer than the first one, because you got a place to sit down. Nice little benches there to sit down on. I think that's about it though, 2 sites. I'm not going to keep on exploring because I got less time now. So I still want to explore a little more on the trail. So we're going to get back on the main trail. All right, here's my trail intersection. To the right, I'll take you to the Appalachian Trail at Flint Gap. That's 3/10 of a mile. There's a shelter just south of there. But I'm going to the left on the Flint Mountain Trail to finish the loop. So let's check this out. Well, I'm seeing a little more colors of fall up here on the Flint Mountain Trail. It is a ridge walk. Climbs up to, what was it, 3,600 feet? 3,700 feet, so it's a little higher. It's the highest I've been. Higher than White House Cliff by 500 feet or so. So it makes sense why you'd see a little bit more fall colors up here. Not much though. Not much. I found this hidden path right off the Flint Mountain Trail and I started following it. And I got about 150 feet of a climb here. Came upon an obstacle, some down trees. But it's taking me over to the ridge line, which will take me over to, I believe that would be Flint Mountain, the crest of the ridge there, which is just over 4,300 feet. So it'd be about 600 feet from where I started the climb up. And it's way off course. It'll take me over to the Appalachian Trail, which won't take me back to the car. So I just wanted to scout it out because I saw a clear path. And, you know, curiosity got the best of me. So, but I came upon these obstacles. I don't feel like fighting the woods. I don't feel like bushwhacking, so I'm heading back down. Maybe another time. I'll have to come back up here and maybe, who knows, somebody may have cleared it by then. I'm finally seeing some fall color change here. It's not that brilliant yet, but we're getting somewhere. All right, coming back to the parking lot at Rocky Fork State Park. I gotta say, this trail more than surpassed my expectations. It was pretty nice. It was a hardwood forest. The entire trail for the most part. Not too many conifer trees. A little lower elevation, under 4,000 feet for the whole trail. Creek's beautiful. A lot of little cascades. Ridge is beautiful. Reminds me of that section hike on the AT nearby. So I'd recommend this trail. Mileage was 10.3 miles, 2,300 feet elevation gain. So it's not too bad. That's including White House Cliffs. Thanks for watching.